President Donald Trump's State of the Union address contained many stunning moments, and one that many Americans will never forget is when Ji Sung-ho, a North Korean escapee, held up his crutches in an act of freedom from that evil regime. Well, leave it to one shameless Trump-hating reporter to trash Sung-ho, but never fear, pissed off patriots showed the loser reporter no mercy. President Donald Trump's State of the Union address will go down as one of the most epic SOTU speeches ever delivered. We don't say that lightly or because we are Trump supporters. It masterfully blended everyday American stories of triumph and tragedy and brought them to life to inspire our great nation in a way that can only be described as brilliant. One of those stories was not of an American citizen, but an escapee from North Korea, a regime that is hell-bent on America's destruction. So, it was fitting to honor Ji Sung-ho, who escaped that evil regime against all odds. Sung-ho's tragic story, which ended triumphantly in freedom, reminds all Americans why we must fight against the commie regime. In case you missed Ji Sung-ho's story last night, do yourself a favor and view the video below. All Americans should see this, The Washington Post reports. In 1996, Ji Sung-ho was a teenager, and North Korea was in the grip of a devastating famine that forced Ji and his siblings to eat grass and rats. Ji was trying to steal a few pieces of coal from a train so he could barter it for food, but he passed out from hunger and was hit by a train. He survived but had to have his left arm and his left leg amputated without anesthesia as a result. Life got even tougher for him. The Post adds, but a decade later, he managed to escape, making the journey across the Tumen River into China and eventually all the way down to the south of the country and across into Laos and then Thailand. From there, he was sent to South Korea and was fitted with a prosthetic arm and leg. But he kept the crutches to remind him how far he'd come, and he waved them Tuesday night as Trump described his feats and held him up as an example of the need to act against North Korea. Like most Americans watching this part of the speech on TV, I sat in utter silence, realizing America is that shining city on a hill, as Ronald Reagan so aptly said 30 years ago as we faced the evil communist empire of Soviet Russia. We are the light in the darkness for these people suffering under an evilness we can't imagine. President Donald Trump reminded us of that last night, and those who aren't of the light showed us their true colors. The Democrats were under orders from Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi to wear black and to not stand or clap for anything. Not all Democrats followed those orders, proving our flag, our military heroes, and hailing protection from God is not something good people can stay seated for. Then, there was this Trump-hating investigative journalist named Jeffrey St. Clair. He's part of the darkness. He tweeted, Trump did an excellent job of using his invited guests as human shields for odious policies, especially Korea's version of Tiny Tim who brought his own crutches.